Chapter 15, My Brother, a Dying Man. I open this chapter with a painful reminder of where things stood with my brother. This would prove to be the last and saddest chapter of our story. My brother had a little over a year left to live, during which his mental and physical health would continue to deteriorate. We could only helplessly watch him waste away as the disease ravaged his mind and body. In time, my father and I established a renewed relationship with my brother, and eventually we were at his side throughout most of his last year with us. It was a relief to finally have the opportunity to be my brother's loving and caring family again, but it came at a horrible price. Later in this chapter, I describe my first visit with my brother since his birthday dinner after his release from the hospital. He wanted me to see one of his restaurants that he had rented. Unfortunately, it was not really a functioning restaurant, but only a product of his delusional mind. Paul was my brother. I loved him, and I understood how sick he was and how impaired his brain was becoming from the disease. Yet it was incredibly difficult to have this bizarre and obviously delusional conversation with him while keeping my composure. I had to pull all of my self-restraint together not to challenge him with the glaring truth, since it would have been of no avail. We left and drove back to his house in relative silence, as there was not much I could say about what had just happened. When we got back to his house, I tried to convince him that spending time together was a perfectly natural thing for brothers to do, and was something we should continue to do on a regular basis. He was receptive to starting a period of renewed contact, so I left with the gratification that, as bad as that day had been, my father and I now had a way back into my brother's life.